Hey guys, welcome to another art mirror class. It's Charlotte. I'm continuing on with the theme of interconnectedness and it's part 3. Hope you enjoy. I know it was a minute ago, but happy 2024 guys. Very early in our evolution, we as humans have discovered that when we work together, we increase our chances of survival. I am skimming and citing from the historian Yuval Noah Harari's book Sapiens from the Agricultural Revolution section. Hey! I'm just watching some YouTube video clips. I can show you if you want. Actually, I shared this on my Instagram like just over a month ago, seeing if anyone could guess the title of the Disney film.
By one. And yet, for all my success, they have thrived. I believe they have a safe haven.
There were hunters, and the idea of gathering around food. Semicolon, our civilization was born. Comment below on this next statement, which is, haven't there been a lot more resources from the day that civilization was born to then the era of when Frollo from the Notre Dame was around to now. Now, I'm gonna share a clip of Jordan Peterson. That's a heads up. That's what this is. That's what they call it.
There's way more fat poor people than starving poor people. Right. That's a hell of a fine accomplishment. And I don't mean that as a joke, right? I mean, the only starvation there is in the world now is it's for political reasons. We can easily feed the entire population and more than that. We're going to peak at about 9 billion and the population is going to come down after that, and that's not going to be very long in the future, and the declining population is going to be the problem, not the increasing population. The planet is rapidly greening. That's a consequence of carbon dioxide production, which I think is insanely comical. It's mostly happening in semi-arid areas, which is exactly the opposite of what we've been told for the last 30 years, and the data on that are crystal clear. And it turns out that's because when plants have more carbon dioxide, they can close their breathing pores, and that means they can inhabit drier areas, so they have to shrink, not grow.
So I was looking at my hair, and I thought I would share the definition of dystopia. An imagined state or society in which there is great suffering or injustice, typically one that is totalitarian or post-apocalyptic. If you keep building these walls, brick by brick towers so tall, soon I won't see you at all, till the concrete angel falls. This is a really old, tiny little canvas I did. Let's call him he, self-portrait, me. So yeah, I did talk about don't judge a book by its cover in another video of mine. I've been thinking about the need for greater discernment in these times. Yeah, I'm going to read you an excerpt from my favorite book, just because the writing is just so beautiful. So here it goes. She was aware that all the Ryder children knew about Jesus, and she reminded them that Jesus valued goodness, not appearances. He valued goodness even more than a nice ride on a fine horse. She said once they got to know this special little boy, they would love him. But she also said that after they got to know him, if suddenly he seemed very scary, that would only be because he had smiled. He had a very unfortunate smile. He would try not to smile because he didn't want to scare people, but sometimes he just couldn't help himself. So if suddenly he looked like he was going to eat you alive, that was just silly because he was only smiling. And yeah, it did dawn on me a little late in life that don't judge a book by its cover can also mean the opposite, in the sense that don't assume someone's weaker than you or along those lines. New day, good morning. I woke up a bit late today, so I missed the clear skies opportunity. The winter weather has come now. It's been about 10 days. Yeah, I wanted to go cycling. I'm gonna see if my vibe can match the garden weather within the next few hours to get in some skipping and to do some home yoga. I've started 3 new habits for 2024. One of them I've implemented. It's drinking ginger tea with lemon before having my morning coffees. And that's really making me feel really good. Yeah, home yoga, that one's the challenging one. I don't feel like I'm good at it. And no one's staring at me, but I'm being a bit harsh on myself. So this will be the best one, I think, to implement. And third, it's not really a new habit, but I've selected 10 books to complete this year. Some of them are a bit challenging. Yeah, actually, I love immersing myself into like educational knowledge, fictional stories. And I have this belief that if someone finds value in it, then there has to be some validity, and I try to find that. So just from reading, I know I will have new actions, new conversations, different perspectives. Yeah. Anyone else believe in resolutions? So this was the sky earlier this morning. It did look a bit unpredictable, and that turned out to be accurate. And this was 10 minutes later, when there were more clouds than there were sky. And then it started raining, so I did stay home. My boy just wanted to say hello, and then this cool art piece I thought just suited the vibe. So yeah, I think there's great validity in finding a story that connects us all. So I have a theoretical algorithm, which is book cover equals I was here plus curiosity killed the cat. So I was here. This one's pretty self-explanatory. It's the mark you've left behind in this world, your footprints, how people remember you or how you're remembered. Maybe animals. And curiosity killed the cat is about, let me use the analogy of, let's say everything is a puppet. People, corporations, and puppets have strings, and they have puppet masters. So let's say you're buying a product from somewhere, and then you find out that this brand is really against one of your beliefs, like doesn't support, subsidizes the opposite to what you want to see in the world. So yeah, knowledge can make things heavier. You might have to really go out of your way to find a different product now that suits your needs, matches your needs, or you have to change your expectations. Or you also have the choice to keep a blindfold on and then just not walk the path of your ethics. Yeah. So these two combined equals book cover. So book cover can also mean how you take things at face value. Hello! This statement is more about the message, not the messenger. Reports that say that something hasn't happened are always interesting to me because, as we know, there are known unknowns. There are things we know we know. We also know there are known unknowns. That is to say, we don't know there are some things we don't know. But there are also unknown unknowns. The ones we don't know, we don't know. And if one looks throughout the history of our country and other free countries, it is the latter category that tends to be the difficult ones. So that's a wrap. Please like, share, subscribe, start a conversation.